All right, dude. We got. So the other day, I don't think I've shared this over from YouTube yet, and I might not. It means I probably won't. Hey, so Moose is a little nervous of the traffic, right? And it's mostly the big traffic. I've never really noticed it before. So we're gonna just come over here and do some hill drills. I'm gonna see about pushing them through, right? So a little bit of nervous there. He looks up to me. I can give him food. Right? A little bit of nervous there. Right? So I'm not a fan of the going into it, but see how he's kind of trying to pull away? It's because there's a lot. I did this the other day. I'm not a fan of the retreat. So I want him to lighten up. I'm going to wait till all this traffic passes. Right? I'm a fan of the work in the area. Right? I don't. He's a little bit more nervous than I like, but I can throw all this food on the ground, right? See, it's kind of it's a big. I've never noticed this before, because usually we're farther over, right? I mean, this right here is it's about 50 feet. Good. Right, so I got him to look forward. Now the traffic's going. Now I can take the pressure off. So now that there's no traffic, I'm going to stand right here, let him sniff. He's going to take a sniff and relax for a second. And I'm going to try to go work this area before more traffic comes back. Where you at? All right. So I'm going to work this area before more traffic comes back. Or while it's light, right? So I don't think I've ever noticed it being so bad because every time we're over here, it's super early or it's after the rush hour, right? Here you go. And we've never come right here. We come in the grass. Right? A little pressure. So let me go this way. Good boy. Right? And so, right, so what happens here is it's usually, in this area, it's usually more spread out. Right? So I got a big old huge grouping coming right here. I don't want them freaking out. There's only a couple cars. I'm going to follow them. I'm going to come over somewhere around the same area. I think I'm a little farther back, which I'm cool with. A little farther back to the left. That's a good boy. So we're getting the look on the sound. Right. Just want a little bit forward, and then we'll take the pressure off. As long as he's not trying to run off, right? So he stops and he looks. I don't like when they're in that kind of anxious trying to run away from it. I'm a fan of the stand there and wait it out, right? Wait it out, get a look back at it. So now we got a bunch of more cars coming. I'm gonna come a little bit. I'm gonna come super far, but here's this line where we were at. Right, here you go. Right. Once I turned around, he didn't want the food while we were going towards it. So we're gonna go towards it. We're gonna give him some food right here. We're gonna take the pressure off. As long as he's not trying to run off, right? He's trying to push forward. He looks back, he can get some food. So my thing is when he's nervous and trying to run away, right? So now the traffic's on the big traffic's on the other side. I can probably go close. Ah, man, I missed a good opportunity because I stopped to talk. But I want to let him. You also don't want to go too fast with it. I don't think, right? So, Like say we just went through that whole big thing and now the traffic's on the other side of the road, so I got a little more distance so I can get closer to the road, right? If he hasn't come down a little bit, then even the further distance is going to be too much for him, right? And I don't want him hunkering down, freaking out. So now I'm going to try to go. All right, so we got a red light down there. We got a little grouping of cars. Good boy. So he looks at the cars and he looks away. Ooh. Right, now let's take the pressure off. Now we got a green light over here, right? All right. So now we got this big grouping of cars coming again. I want to get one more round before they get here. All right. The start of the grouping. He's starting to get a little nervous. We're going to settle down. Settle down. We'll throw the food on the ground. Right, if he doesn't want to come back to take the food, we'll throw it on the ground. The one by my foot. The one by my foot. So the food's not going to reinforce the fear. So now let's try to go to, right. So see how he's trying to run off? I don't want him running off. If he's walking normally, it's okay. All right, here you go. So we got us a little more distance. We can just stand here, right? So what I was trying to do is I was trying to push the push through method, right? But it seems like it's too much for them, right? So sometimes you can push through it. You still want your distance. You want them to look and see it, the cars and hear the cars. And he's being, right, so it's a little bit much. I need to give him a break. But I'm not going to give him a break right now, right? So ideally, we put him in front. Put him in front, we can give him food right there. Right? We can give him food right there. So he's a little better. Let's give him a break. Let's just come over here, Smith. Right, so over here in this grass, there's been something they've all been wanting to sniff on. So, right, so now I can let him come over here and sniff. It's the end of the groupings. We kind of got over it, right? So I think I haven't noticed because whenever we go that way, can you see me? Whenever we go that way, there's always only been a couple cars, and he kind of speeds up, but he's not real bad. So I never noticed until I was up on Beltline the other day. Or actually, I noticed when I took him to Cottonwood. Every time I've taken him to Cottonwood before, it's been a Sunday, so the traffic is lighter. I took him on Saturday, and it was kind of right at kind of rush hour time for a Saturday. So now he's just sniffing around. So this is cool. So we're fixing to get another green light. Yeah, you got. I think you can probably see this, right? We're gonna let him stay in the sniff while all these cars come. Now I have to be careful. He's pulling. I don't want to reinforce the pulling, even though it's break time and I want him sniffing. I don't want to reinforce him pulling. That's another thing. So that I'll correct because he hunkered down and was pulling hard to get to the smell. So I don't care what's going on. I'm going to correct that shit. Right, so see right there? You can smell that, dude. You just ain't got to pull my arm out. So here we got a lot of cars going by. He's just into the smell, right? That's why a lot of times the food on the ground works, because then they can still get the auditory part of it. And if they look up, they see it, but they're into the sense, right? The sense in the search. Right, so here we got a big old grouping of cars, and he don't care, right? He's in the middle of his smell. So I think it seems like the movement was kind of a little bit worse, right? Right. So right here. So what I like about like this and where I was the other day, where I got caught in no man's land, I was actually like closer to the cars the other day. So see now, we can come work it because the cars are on the other side, right? But he didn't take the food, right? Even though the cars were way over there. So I'm 2.5 blocks more than where I was. Ooh, boy. The loud cars are especially worse. So I'm big on the just ignore it, right? If you go a little bit too far, I'm on the ignore it. I don't like the. We got a big grouping coming that I want to get them out of here. Well, it's a red light still. So let me get one more turnaround, and we're gonna get out of here, right? So we want to get out of here before those guys, without making a big deal of it. That's that.